So we saw the guy, and it wasn't the guy. It wasn't the guy. It wasn't the guy we wanted him to be. We made the mistake of getting our hopes up, which we know better than doing. I know better than doing that. And even on the drive up, I was like, this is the guy. It's going to be the guy. It's going to be the time. And this is finally the beginning of something good. And it's not. It wasn't. It continues to not be. So here's the scoop. We saw the doctor. He's really nice. Like, holy cow, this guy, he's really nice. He's funny. He's an older guy, and he is just sort of that dry, almost Britishy sense of humor. Really sweet. But essentially, he walked in and we had to fill out this checklist. If you look at, like, the erection questionnaire video, it's like a 20 million page checklist of all kinds of questions, from, like, telling him about your eyesight. Do you get rashes? What are your erections like? Like, it's crazy for both Ian and I. And he looked at the questionnaire, he looked at our history, and he's like, nope, I don't think there's anything immunological at play here for you. So, okay. So, like, immediately within 2 minutes, he's like, you don't need to be here, which is fine, which is great. Better that than not, I guess. But he followed up with, wow. Like, you never want to hear the doctor say the words wow or sorry. Like, ever. There's never a time when that's good. And he said both. So he was like, wow, looking at your MRI, you're a mess. Like, you have really, really severe endometriosis. It's pretty bad. Bad endometriosis. Okay. That's not great. That's not great for egg quality. Your ovaries have taken a pretty significant beating from the endometriosis, so you have very few eggs left, and the eggs that you do have left are compromised because they've been beaten up. And then he went on to say, you also have adenomyosis. So, the endo is making it hard for you to collect decent eggs, and then implantation, adenomyosis isn't helping. So we went through that. He did a bit of physical exam, and essentially he just said, long Lupron, that's the protocol we should have been on. It's what he would have put us on, 2 months of Lupron rather than 3. And then 300 Gonal F and 150 Menopur rather than Luveris, with an orgalutron or ganirelix afterwards. So that's his recommendation. So now I need to find a way to go back to my shitty doctor at the shitty clinic and say, hey, I've had a change of heart. I'd like to come back, first of all. And second of all, I've been thinking, I need you to put me on this particular protocol because it's what I'd be more comfortable with. And I don't know why I'm more comfortable with this guy than my actual doctor. I don't know why what he says means more than what she does. But he took the time to sit down and explain things to us. He explained to us why he doesn't think there's immunological factors here and why we're having such a hard time. And, he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is hard. And then he gave us this. I expected when he said, immunology isn't your problem, I expected the lecture, like it was your first cycle. What are you doing here, you crazy people? You're a hypochondriac. You don't need to be here. Do another cycle before you start freaking out about things. But instead, the lecture we got was, anything's possible, pat, pat. Nothing's impossible. It might happen. It could happen for you. It's just going to be very, very difficult. And it's like, holy crap, this guy is giving us the it may not happen for you speech. Like, statistically, it doesn't happen for everybody. For all of us, nobody wants to say it. It's the thing that none of us want to say out loud. We all sit here making our videos and talking about our stuff and hoping for the best and praying for each other and crossing our fingers. But statistically, some of us aren't going to get that dream, and it sucks and it's ugly and it's not nice, but it's a reality. And holy shit, it might be our reality. So, yeah, I cried in a Starbucks today, which was not like my most proud moment. And now we're filming a video in an en route station on the highway. Can you get a little shot of this is where we are right now, because we have a 4-hour drive home now after our super useful appointment.
4 hours. Except that we spent 2 hours within 12 kilometers of the fertility clinic.
We hit some traffic where we sat for like 2 hours. So it's going to be like a 6-hour drive home. And the first 3 hours of it, I cried and slept. So we're now en route in Trenton, filming a video in the parking lot. Like weirdos because this is what our life has come to. Okay, I just wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up from that last video. It's been a couple days. So we saw Dr. Laskin on Wednesday, and today is Sunday. So I've had a bit of a minute to process, and man, that appointment was crummy. We walked away from it just like so dejected and sad, and it was good in some ways. He was honest with us, and this is the first time I feel like anyone's really been honest with us, really, really honest. And maybe that's why people don't do it, because it's hard and hurtful. But he was that like old school doctor that just rips the Band-Aid off, and Ian hates that, but I love it. So, we may not be able to do this. That may be a reality for us, and we're sort of digesting that. I mean, we're going to give it another go. I've made an appointment with our shitty local clinic, which I know everyone's super excited we're going back to. We're equally excited, trust me. And essentially, I'm just going to say, listen, I got a second opinion, and I'm so scared that I'm not going to get to do this, and I'm so scared that I'm only going to get to do this once more. And that seems to be the reigning opinion, is that we'll be very lucky if we get one more cycle. If we get 2 more cycles, it's a freaking miracle. And if they happen to take, then, we've literally won the uterus lottery. So I took it seriously, and I got a second opinion because I just wanted to be sure it's not you, it's me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just going to say, this is who I saw. I know she knows him. I know they know each other. He told me that. And I know she respects his opinion, so I'm hoping that she'll say yes. So I'm going to say, this is what he's thinking, this is what he wants to do, what do you think? See what she says. If she says no, then I'm going to find another clinic. If she says yes, we'll stick with this shitty old local clinic. And, he talked to us a little bit about the embryology lab there, and the woman that runs that apparently is pretty spectacular. He talked to us about our particular doctor, and, that she's very good, and that maybe perhaps our bedside manner isn't always the best, but, you can't have everything you want. So the plan is this. Long Lupron protocol. Originally, we were looking at long Lupron, but she decided against it. The concern is that it will actually just permanently tip me into menopause, because my ovaries have sustained so much damage from the endo, and because my AMH, as a result of that, is so low, there is a very real possibility that if I'm on Lupron too long, at the ripe old age of 31, I will just tip slowly into libido-less, wrinkly menopause. Super exciting. So 2 months instead of 3 months, in an effort to not go down that route. I mean, if it happens, it happens. There's hormone replacement therapy now. It's whatever. If it happens, it's because we tried too hard. I can live with that. So we do 2 months of Lupron, and then we do a combined Menopur Gonal F cocktail. So previously I was on Gonal F and Luveris. He thinks the Menopur is a better fit. Okay, fine. Lower doses of Gonal, higher doses of Menopur. Ends up being the same levels, but just cocktailed differently, which may make a difference. Then we do a freeze all. So I have to convince her that my clinic's policy is that if you have less than 5 embryos, no matter what quality they are, no matter how they're doing, any less than 5, and they do a day 3 transfer, day 3 freeze. There's no negotiation. So I have to convince her to let me keep whatever embryos we have alive until day 5, for the sake of, I want her to, because this is what this guy told me to do. So, okay, so then we're going to do that. Then we're going to freeze them all on day 5 if any of them live. Please, dear God, let some of them live. We wait a couple months. We let all of the hormones dissipate, let things go back to normal, and then we do like beyond estrogen priming, high progesterone, put it back in like this optimal, cozy little whatever. The hope is that in the time we did the Lupron, it will have calmed the endo and the adenomyosis so much that it may be a more hospitable environment. One of the things that he was explaining was that, for every 100 people that get an adenomyosis diagnosis, 2 of them actually have adenomyosis if you were to go in and biopsy. Of those 2, only 1 of them is really going to have any problems with implantation or any problems at all because of the adenomyosis. I am that one. Of course I am. So that's a real problem. And that problem will start with implantation. So if we can calm it down, if we can get it even to pull back a little bit, then maybe if we get a healthy embryo that lives to day 5, that survives the freeze and survives the thaw, maybe it'll have a fighting chance in hell. Maybe. I don't know. We did not walk away from that appointment feeling particularly good. Maybe feeling particularly realistic. That's a good thing, but it didn't feel warm and fuzzy. So that's the plan. July 12th, we see the doctor. I'm hoping, I don't know how realistic this is, but I'm hoping that she's going to say, like, yes, all of those things sound fantastic. Let's do those. I'll write you a prescription today. Yeah, like, is that, I don't know. That seems, nothing seems to move quickly in this world, so I feel like there should be an extra roadblock in there. I'm just not sure what it's going to be. So July 12th, we see her in the morning, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully something gives us something. Hopefully she gives us some Lupron and we can start going for 2 months. I don't know. I'm sorry. I will get better. I'm bummed. Man, and like it's Father's Day and it's like another Father's Day where we're still just, I'm like, Happy Father's Day from the dog, which is either really nice or really patronizing or maybe both. I'm not sure. So yeah. And like I don't know what it's like where you are, but here it's like hot. Like, it's freaking hot. And we don't have air conditioning. We built a house and which is an expensive endeavor. And so we pulled back on the stuff we thought we'd do later, right? Like, screw it. We'll put in an air conditioner once the house is built. We don't need it right away. We're moving in December. Because it's like $5,000 spread over 25 years. We can't possibly afford that. Of course we could have. But now it's like, are you freaking kidding me? I am spending all of my dollars on my like sad, dusty ute. So no, I can't have an air conditioner. So I just look like a poodle all the time. I don't know if you really are getting the full poodle effect, but there's no blow drying happening in this house. And like it's allergy season. So I'm a little just like, yeah, we're doing well is what I'm saying. Okay, that's that. I promise. I will be more peppy at some point. I can't today. I just can't today. I hope you're doing better than we are. I hope, please tell me somebody got some sort of really good news. Like, did you have a good appointment? Did somebody have 1 million follicles? Are you like, have you peed on 1,000 sticks today and it's a pleasant surprise? I don't know. Someone has to have some good news because I don't. And I like to think that somewhere some of us are having some better luck. Anyway, I will come back to you later when I'm a little bit less depressing. Okay, bye.